All right. Now, the other news for today, just recapping for YouTube, is that Mama Max has come crawling back to YouTube. So now we're going to take a look at that, and we're going to have a 100% blind reaction. Y'all know that I've talked about Mama Max here before and the kind of person that he is. I've compared him to Plague Moth. They are very similar people. But let's get right into it.
I knew I was underwater.
Mudahar, and normally I have a lot of faith in people, but honestly, with the individuals that I cover, I really don't think there's room to grow. Now, I'm personally somebody that if you're apologetic and you want to change for the better, I am 100% supportive of you. Uh,
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. If you are a shitty person and you come back and you genuinely try to redeem yourself, then I have no right to hold your past against you at all. But people like Mama Max, this is not the case, and I hate to break it to you, but there's no hope for him.
Mama Max is not that kind of guy. So about 7, 8 months ago, I covered this individual who used to be a good friend of mine, but it came out that every single hunt that he did on, the worst types of people in the world, those who harm minors and whatnot, were all faked and nonsense investigations. Max apparently had done nothing to stop this insane, criminal activity that would happen all around the world. Okay,
I'm also actually
Yeah, yeah, no, it it was really bad. Mind you, I looked up to Max. I looked up to Max heavy because as somebody who is a survivor of those kinds of things, somebody actively going out and hunting them down and taking them out, you know, that is inspirational. That motivates you. And when you find out that it's all bullshit, it does something to you.
gonna start interviewing police local to me as to don't get arrested because I know they all want to arrest them. It's just the law binds them.
No, Max, the law doesn't bind them. It's the fact that you have crippled any sort of investigation on the people that you claim to have hunted down. You don't want to go to police. You literally said that the kids who are suffering from these kinds of things should not go tell their parents. What is wrong with you?
So you've never
For some reason.
actually gotten arrested.
Not to my knowledge.
Max is somebody that grifted on the easiest possible path to victory on YouTube. For the longest time, criticizing Max wasn't really a thing you wanted to do. He was YouTube's pedo hunting guy, and he could cancel pretty much anyone that he wanted.
Charles, I could live.
Yeah, he threw a fucking tantrum because Charlie had COVID at the time that he was doing his whole god cult thing, trying to get YouTubers to talk about, you know, the mass amount of pedophilia going on the platform. And Charlie had COVID for 2 weeks, and he went off the rails.
Literally cancel you, Charlie. I could literally cancel you, and I choose not to. It's true though. It's the truth. Like, I'm the friggin' pedo hunter.
Now, it's pretty difficult to go up against a guy that is honestly wanting to try to do the best, and his only
Like, he could have literally been the Batman of YouTube with how he handled vigilante justice against pedophiles if he just would have done it the right way. And he never did. And in a lot of these cases, either didn't exist actually, or they never came to fruition for any sort of arrest.
enemies at the time are people that harm kids, who everyone universally dislikes. But it came out that Max was not exactly an honest actor. None of his investigations were real. And when it came time to investigating a werewolf cult, Yeah, I'm not kidding. A werewolf cult. I know some people might click on this video who have no idea about the context of this, which is why I have to give you the intro, because somebody will click into this video and be like, whoa, Muda's talking about werewolf cults? What happened?
Yeah, it's the wildest fucking situation. And I mean, that portion has already passed, but at the same time, you have to give context onto the downfall of Mama Max. Otherwise, there is no real substance on why he's gone.
Yeah, Max tried to get me, Charlie, plenty of other YouTubers involved into this story, and every single one of us who had a functioning brain cell, meaning any functioning brain activity up there, immediately looked at the evidence Max provided and thought, that's nonsense.
Also, this man used ChatGPT as a lawyer. Let's not forget that.
Now, for a long time, Max has pretty much been on hiding. I made an update video about like 11 days ago where I kind of talked about, Max in the last couple weeks. A lot of things have sort of come up, okay? One of them, most importantly, was Max's Mega account, which initially was taken down for hosting, or not Max's Mega account. Let me correct myself. Let me do the right thing here. I believe it was somebody close and attached to Max or somebody close to the investigation team who had a
Long story short, it got taken down for hosting illegal material.
Meg account that was taken down, and recently it appears that account could have actually just contained illegal child material, which again was something that I kind of wanted to see an answer to. And boy, it would be really hard to give a proper answer to something like that. It's actually one of the things that ruin any investigation imaginable. In fact, it's downright illegal to host any of that material. When it comes out to other things regarding Max's employment and working towards kids again, even in a volunteer capacity, knowing full well this man destroys cases rather than assists them, is something that people were genuinely worried about. But Max uploads Speaking Up, so it's 3 minutes and 56 seconds long, and I kind of wanted to watch it and laugh at it with you and just see if this man truly has learned from his mistakes.
Probably not.
Is he accountable? Well, let's see. Oh no, he added in a tomato. You see all those boos right there? Oh man, when it comes to YouTube apologies, I'm gonna add that to the bingo
Bro is drunk off his ass. Oh, this is gonna be good. Grab your popcorn, chat.
card. The tomato clip artifact inside. Now, I don't know what Max is trying to do with this look here. He kind of reminds me of Ryan from The Office. Same exact personality at this point, same douchebaggery. But he's got the dog in the background for good merits. He's got pinned up posters of Malala Yousafzai. You've got Martin Luther King Jr. I can't exactly remember who these two are. But yeah, he's got all the figures up there. I don't know if he assumes he's got the same level of savior, the good clout like these people. But yeah, Max clearly feels associated to him. Off to a great start. But let's see accountability.
I have to share with you over the next few uploads.
If I don't see anything related to the vampire cult case that is at least positive, I'm going to be mad.
It may be
Bruh, I really just... Why are you here, Max? Why are you here?
decades before the truth around this case comes to light.
Mother... Well, it may be decades before any truth around this case comes to light. So, yeah, the insane vampire cult story that Max tried to get every YouTuber involved with, yeah, it might be till like 2077, maybe hopefully at the latest, that we might actually get any information surrounding this case. I don't know.
I also want to point out, for people who didn't watch my past stream on this, that Muda is actively trying to help what legitimate victims there are. But we really think that it's not towards... They're not victims of the cult itself, but Spencer, because Spencer did admit to a lot of the assistance in the supposed trafficking. So any victims that are legitimate victims are probably victims of Spencer instead of Camden Gerard Davis. So let's just keep that in mind.
I don't know if this case is that completely complex, or if it's so butchered enough that even law enforcement isn't deciding to touch it with a 10-foot pole, because Max jumped the gun and started throwing out accusations before he had valid actual evidence, completely tainting and destroying a case. His star witness was living with.
Bruh, let's just be honest. Uh, Camden just looks like a dude who's trying to have fun, LARP and roleplay, and it probably got weird in some type of way, and that we really need to focus on Spencer.
With him and basically siphoning money off of him, which absolutely created a conflict of interest. Yeah, this man totally butchered a case that he was supposed to be working on. If there was malfeasance, Max did everything possible to ruin that, even if it wasn't his intention.
But I would like to start uploading again.
Okay.
Now, you've probably heard a lot of different things about me. Distinguishing between what's real and what's not is a challenge in the year 2024. And it's probably only going to get harder.
Yeah, misinformation is pretty real. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, Max, you lost every friend you could possibly have.
But when it comes to his stuff, this is what I like to call clear gaslighting. He shows like a thumbnail of my video and a few other people's videos who I've worked with, who actually interviewed him, people like Nicholas Diorio, where it really came out by Max's own words that he believes ChatGPT is viable legal advice to give. And he also at the time didn't even properly timeline his evidence whatsoever.
So, look at what I just sent you.
Yeah, you sent me a ChatGPT prompt, not a fucking legal definition.
We can argue legal semantics all we
No,
want.
we're
We are
not arguing
lawyers.
semantics. We have to look at exact definition, Max. This is the problem with this.
Yeah, no, this was fucking bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. I use ChatGPT sometimes to fuck around. I'll make like magic cards or like D&D boss monsters out of concepts. I've even made one for Kyrie at some point, like for myself. And yeah, no, this is stupid. This is legitimately the dumbest part of this whole thing. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Situation. You're going in with evidence that can't be 100% corroborated. You're going in with allegations as an evidence. Courts would laugh
Why-
you out.
Are we talking to your lawyer, ChatGPT?
Yeah,
right
is this
now?
your?
Like,
Is
what
this
the
the
fuck
lawyer?
is
Like,
going
dude, right here, bro. Come on, you can't.
judge-
You know, if I make a video on this, this is what I have to work with. How do you honestly think I can take your side logically? If tomorrow I was like, oh, where's Max getting his legal definitions? Oh, ChatGPT. By the way, ChatGPT has also been getting fucking dumber over the last few months. I mean, come on.
If the judge and jury find a witness statement credible, they can charge or convict you of a crime based solely on witness testimony alone. That is from BergenCriminalAttorney.com. Y'all can look it up.
Show me that. Show
Like,
me
we
what.
can
then
argue
show me.
this- we
Show
can
me
argue
that.
this
Show me
all
that
day, Mihar.
definition. Show me that definition, not the ChatGPT. Why'd you not bring me that one?
I am giving
Yeah, why didn't you bring that one?
you multiple.
Give me
Like,
that.
I am
Give me the
telling
one
you,
from the legal definition. Why'd you bring me ChatGPT? Link me that right now. We'll read it together.
ChatGPT understands the legal system.
Yeah, there's misinformation, and then there's taking the time to call you and your survivor and get the information out of you, which wasn't exactly favorable in any capacity. So I don't know what he's trying to get on with. Maybe there's misinformation. Unlike Max's case, I bring facts to the fucking table, okay? Key difference between the two, okay? There's facts, and then there's this furry fan fiction, all right? Key difference.
Mass psychosis is very real. And I'm sure you all can pretty much feel it at this point.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Can I just... Ugh. Ugh. What the fuck is this, dude? I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Now, people have taken my silence as an admission of guilt. That is not the case. I was simply respecting the wishes of those I was advocating for.
Yeah, because your victims would have told you, hey, if there's an actual case, you're ruining everything. Please shut up about it. So I guess the first blame here is, let's be honest, a minute 22 into this, there's not going to be any apology, okay? That was just a giant joke To be honest, Max is blaming this on something known as mass psychosis. Mass hysteria is called epidemic hysteria, mass psychogenic illness. Several factors are thought to contribute, including groupthink, stress, social pressure. Some psychologists believe that mass hysteria is a form of groupthink. You know, I really feel like Max is trying to tell us or gaslight us into thinking we're all wrong. We're all believing things a different way.
He's trying to tell us we're all crazy. Max, you look unhinged as fuck. You literally have put yourself in a corner, and now you're trying to say that you are not in the wrong. You know, why don't you just link up with Plague Moth and just fucking blow each other already? Y'all are literally becoming the same person.
Again, like I said, in a previous like 44-minute video, the first one that I made about Max, there was in fact an interview with him. We were looking through all the facts provided, and we even reached out right to the source, and nothing that was provided back actually assisted Max in any of his case. So yeah, it's not really mass hysteria, it's just people waking up to the facts and realizing he had very little to go off with. So no, he's not apologetic for butchering a case. He's just trying to pin the blame on the people who are criticizing him, showing that Max is the thinnest skinned bitch that I've ever seen when it comes to taking actual criticism on the platform. There is a way back from the mistakes that he's made. It just involves being a man and taking actual criticism to account and realizing that, yes, your entire career was a lie. Maybe it's time to turn that around, but he doesn't really want to be doing that. He wants a win when he can't even carve one out.
But I am not the monstrous villain that I've been caricaturized as. I don't care. I don't care who says I'm doing this for money or clout.
You don't care about money and clout. I don't know what the inverted Jesus was about. I don't know if he thinks he's like a savior in this case. But, you know...
He literally changed his middle name to Salvatore, which means savior in Italian. Muda, come on now.
Max saying that he's not doing this for any money is almost a hilarious thing for me to just look through, okay? Because let's be real, okay? Max has basically been, you know, pretty successful on his Patreon up until his actual demise on the...
Like, yeah, his Patreon got him a lot of money. So, I'm so confused on... I'm so confused on where this shit is leading to. Like, Max needs to get on with the point because it's actually hurting my brain.
The platform, because he was doing pretty well. Like, I think he was making 5 figures for basically uploading once a year. That at best. Now, one of the things that came out from Max was obviously on his evidence server back at the time. This is a image of his non-disclosure agreement, where basically if you wanted to be an influencer and see this evidence, quote unquote, you had to sign or be part of this confidentiality to see all this agreement, right? Now, I don't recall breaking any of this confidentiality whatsoever. I did talk about the fact that I don't think the evidence was pretty much all the way there. But one of the things that ended up coming out was this screenshot right...
Yeah, this was fucking dumb. And then he's extremely rich. Just, what the...
Here after I had dropped my video. Apparently, allegedly, Max on one of his servers ended up saying, Spencer and I, Spencer being one of the victims, the lead one in fact, are considering a class action lawsuit against Mutahar. So, allegedly none of this was for money. How much money exact? For breaching our non-disclosure agreement, inciting harassment on live streams, defamation, and causing emotional distress. He's extremely rich! So the lawsuit seeks $1 million in damages to be distributed to all of you. And this was peddled like a win amongst all the victims over here. All you would have to do is testify against him. So yeah, putting these people and bringing their story to light, not just that, you want them to also testify against me in a case they all surely will lose at, okay? Particularly regarding the actions, not speaking to any of you about the evidence and the impact this behavior has had on you, Spencer's agreed to be the lead plaintiff.
Also, like... The thing is, this will not, even if the Canada Gerard Davis case was real, this wouldn't fucking do anything for the case. It literally would just affect Max's status on YouTube.
Plaintiff, and I'll do all of the hard work. Now, obviously, reading this, I have no sympathy for any Spencer or Max, okay? I read stuff like this, allegedly, all right? And I think to myself, these people are monetary grifters. They just want money out of this. That's really all it comes out to. Me being a close friend to Max at a time, this is the response you end up getting back. He'll sue me for $1 million because I'm quote unquote extremely rich. Well, if you were just sitting on your ass doing nothing with your fucking life, investigation wise, really anything, you too could build yourself a sizable nest egg and not have to rely on the good graces of your audience basically shoveling money into your pocket for doing absolutely nothing. It's called working, Max, okay? You should give it a fucking try. And it really seems like after Max has fallen, he actually does have to work, okay, based on one of his Patreon posts, where because of his operation being severely crippled because of a defamation campaign, which isn't defamation because we had actually talked to him.
He's just fucking running his mouth. That's literally all it is. Mama Max is just running his mouth again. Well, I'm the friggin' pedo hunter, my ass, bro.
We were bringing up facts. So I'm currently seeking local employment. And again, I always welcome. I'm like, hey, if you really think that you can win a lawsuit, let's go. Like, serve me, okay? All right, let's make it happen. All right, simple as that. Because I'll stand my ground as this guy will stand his ground, and we'll just see how
Don't tell no lies about me, and I won't tell no truths about you.
things go. Because honestly, I'm not one to get bullied, especially by Ryan Howard from The Office, okay? It's just not happening.
We need to refocus our conversations on future generations that are facing multiple global threats. That we are all.
Why do you sound so happy to talk about this, Max? He needs psychiatric help. He looks like he's going to start having the most unhinged rant. He looks drunk as fuck. He looks like he hasn't slept in days. Somebody get this man to a hospital.
Perpetuating. And
Whoa! Future generations coming across global threats. Okay, so this is when you go down to the whole Max doing the. There is a really scary human trafficking, child trafficking epidemic, and he brings all these sheets up, these facts and whatnot, these articles, with the whole red virtual boy filter on top of it to make it look scary and whatnot. And don't get me wrong, there is definitely a bad aspect of children, unfortunately, being exposed to some real dangers on the internet. But Max kind of likes to paint it with this like QAnon light version, where basically there's a secret cabal out there to hunt children.
He paints it as like it's the only that he is the only one that can do something about it. That's the thing that gets on my nerves the most, is that there are plenty of people who are taking steps to, protect children from situations like this, and they're doing it the right way.
Yesterday I made a video about how the FBI literally had taken down one of the largest hosting services on the dark web to take down pretty much 50% at a time of all of the illegal CSAM material that would just be floating around easily on the dark web. So yeah, this whole notion of like, the big government, these shadow agencies hunting children down and turning them into like the Hunger Game, like it's not something that is out there, okay? A lot of agencies do their best to fight against it. In fact,
On top of that, like, I don't know, the way he's going about it, it gives me Alex Jones vibes. And we all know how fucking hysterical Alex Jones is.
Anything, Max's view of vigilante wanton justice that he likes to go for, and especially how he handled this vampire werewolf case, is the thing that law enforcement agencies and even actual agencies that fight against and protect children in an actual capacity dislike whatsoever. Max has turned a very serious criminal action that people should be stopping into a game, into an art form almost, where you can grift off of, okay? And it's not just Max. There's a whole wave of people who have basically made a mockery about this kind of, journalistic endeavor or these kind of investigations, all right? They turn them more into entertainment versus trying to actually initially protect children, okay? And that's just one of the things that people need to refocus on. So yes, we should refocus into handling this in a mature, professional manner. You should.
Thank you, Muda. Mature, professional manner. That is the issue. Max is handling this the way he wants to, childishly, and is not going about it in a way that would be the most efficient.
You can really be calling up your friends and then them having to try to fix up your mistakes, and trying to fix up Max's mistakes was almost impossible because he's such a bad investigator to start with that there's just no saving grace.
Absolutely call the police when you have been harmed or your children have been harmed.
This is actually the most logical thing he said since the creation of this channel, since any of this has happened.
However, we can rebuild the infrastructural issues with law enforcement and legal processes to ensure more kids are getting restorative justice that they deserve. And hopefully one day we can prevent crimes from happening to children at
I love how he's like, hopefully one day we can restore justice and fill the institutional problems. Is there problems with law enforcement and the law? Absolutely. Okay, there are problems every day.
Muda makes a good point. Yeah, there's problems with our law enforcement, not just in the United States, but all around the world, because there's abuse of power. But at the same time, it's all we've got right now. It's all we've got. We don't have anything better for local situations, for, legal stuff like this. Like, it's not like we can just send the National Guard to go hunt down on the pedophiles.
Hey, okay? Nobody is denying that, all right? But this is coming from the guy that wouldn't even work in any capacity with law enforcement to start with, it seems, to stop any of this behavior, okay? This is somebody that treated his
The hypocrisy is immaculate.
investigations as a joke. He only handed it off to his friends or even law enforcement, it seems, when all hope was effectively lost and everything he wanted to do seems to be butchered. How can you say the law enforcement system and the law is broken when you don't even try the bare minimum, it seems, from my analysis, to actually work with these organizations? It's insane. It's like no accountability, no nothing, literally will sit there, gaslight, and tell everyone, no, you're going through mass psychosis. Don't listen to what the evil trolls are saying. They're the ones that are wrong. Even though everyone criticizing Max has actually brought 100% more facts and receipts than this man seems to have brought in his entire career. It's insane.
This is what I'm saying. This man needs psychiatric help. He needs to be put in an institution.
It's actually insanity to witness. Now, if you thought the comment section was nicer than me towards this, well, let me go through some of the top comments. Mass psychosis? Didn't you sue Mudahar for bringing this up to light? Well, I will
Facts.
correct you. There has been no lawsuit served at the legal office that represents us, okay? So I will tell you right now, we are safe for now, of course. The tomato is an allegory for accountability. True!
Yep. He dodged that shit like a bullet.
Dodging accountability? I mean, come on now, that's the best part. Now, I will say this actual apology video, if you can even call it that, pretty much belongs in the Hall of Fame for the worst YouTube apology videos that I've seen in a long time. Max,
Right next to Colleen Ballinger with the ukulele talking about the toxic gossip train.
Max is an individual that does not care about the well-being, in my opinion, of actual children. In fact, he cares more about the grift and earning the actual stuff. The fame and parade of trying to assist these vulnerable children. There are vulnerable children out there in the world, okay? And there's plenty of ways to help them. If you do come across some child, if you do come across an event that is representative of some malfeasance towards children, really anybody, then it's up to you to document as much as you can, provide that to law enforcement agencies, start a valid case number, keep following that ticket number, and hopefully see the law enforcement agencies go through with it. Work.
This is valuable harm reduction information, and please follow it the way Muda is talking about it, because that is the legal way to do it, that is the safest way to do it, and honestly, it will keep you from getting in trouble for fucking up a case.
The best you can without trying to turn this into a giant YouTuber case, okay? Not everything needs to be a YouTube video. Not every case needs to be a YouTube video to start off. Work with law enforcement first, and then once everything is done and dusted, and you've got your actual convictions and you've got serious moves against bad people, then start to record, then start to edit your video, and then you can post it for everyone to watch, okay? I think that's generally the understanding out there. Now, one thing I wanted to correct, actually, last time we looked into this one Reddit post, which was the truth about Spencer, where they actually scrolled down and read this entire
Okay, so we did talk a little bit about this on one stream, but I'm gonna let Muda give his 2 cents on that.
Facebook Messenger message talking about like Spencer was basically at outs with Max, and apparently like she was losing all her money and she was basically being forced to go back to her home state. Now at the time I said these are just messages that I can't confirm because honestly I can't. I haven't refreshed them off the server myself. I'll go so far as to say that now I really do think that people like Max utilize what I believe to be potential disinformation. Like, I don't believe this message at all. There might even be a chance that this message has come from people like Max in order to,
I do want to correct this because the person who brought this up has known Spencer since they were 12. So there is some credibility there.
confuse the community so he could come back and say, look at how easy it is to misinform individuals. Yeah, it's really not that easy, okay? Only verify what you can factually and then go with that the best you can. Something that Max was absolutely not doing, okay? But ultimately speaking, if I sound really like bitchy during this video, it's because honestly, I really did expect, I wish I could actually have been slammed on my ass this today, okay? I wish I was in the wrong. I wish I had to take a massive L because that would mean that at least Max corrected his behavior and apologized and maybe dug up something proper regarding this case.
Yeah. Yep. I understand how that feels, Muda.
But now it's going to take a parent decades to find. And honestly, who knows what the world will look like? Maybe the vampire cult won't even exist. Who knows? But ultimately, Max has destroyed a case, and he doesn't really understand that he is completely in the wrong. Truly degenerate, insane behavior. But, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, you're going through apparently a mass psychosis event. I am out.
Alright, so.
Ollie and Anna.
Okay. So we're gonna look through some of these right here. Max and Illuminati are cut from the same cloth. Both are so far up their own asses that they can never admit fault in any situation, despite them being the cause of their own downfalls. You have a point there. And Plagued Moth is right there with them. Not gonna lie. When he said mass psychosis, I completely lost it. He really thinks so much of himself that he thinks he can gaslight the internet. What a pompous man. Over the past 4 years, me and the people I work with have changed hundreds of young men and women's lives who are the victims of abuse in the foster care system. It's sad to see people follow a dude like Max when there's so many ways to actually make a difference in your own community. I appreciate that you do that. People should be more like Shade Tree Surgeon here. People with paranoia are his targets, and victims of abuse CSA have a higher chance of dealing with such things. He honestly comes off as dangerous and knowing what to say to get those in vulnerable positions on his side. He moves like a cult leader. Yes, he does. Telling victims who once trusted him as a comfort YouTuber and someone to support that they're hysterical or psychotic for seeing the real facts and no longer supporting him is the textbook definition of gaslighting. It's what my abuser did to me when I was 14. It's what his friends did to me when I expressed discomfort and anxiety. Yeah, it makes me mad too. I get that. Man. The Reddit post was submitted to the Our Mama Max discussion team by users, confirmed to be someone who knows Spencer since she was 15, not 12, and has spoken with her post Mama Max fallout. Basically lays out everything, includes a combination of Spencer's unresolved trauma and roleplay gone too far. It's embellished, and she has a very large victim mentality to the point where she cannot keep up with the volume of outrageous stories she's told and may even believe them herself. Max saw her story as a huge payout, while she was trying to leech off of him, and they were using each other. Now, since she can't get what she needs out of him, she's trying to head to Garland, Texas, possibly leech off someone else. I was ruining. Oh, Bradigan, exactly why I stopped. I was ruining potential cases, and I was making mockery out of something very serious. I didn't see it that way at the time, but when I looked at the people I caught, I saw they weren't in jail or anything happening to them. It was a wake-up call. Leave it to the professionals. Good on you, man. Oh, my boy PM Seymour. Max puts so much effort into the presentation in his videos and not the actual investigations. Seems like he gets off on the idea and genre of predator hunting and not actually being one. You have a point. Shoot. It's pathetic how he's doubling down. I still can't believe he hasn't learned anything. I love that Moonahar wishes he could have lost and Max won because it would mean Max learned his lesson. That's why I still watch him after all these years. He admits his mistake, learns from them, and moves on. Yeah, yeah, I understand. But yeah. Uh, God, that's essentially where I'm gonna leave it at today, guys. I'm really. I knew it was gonna be bad, but I didn't realize it was gonna be this bad. So we're just gonna have to leave it at that. You know, you can't trust people on the internet these days. Like, don't even if they seem like good people, there's always going to be something wrong. And I say that as a content creator myself, you know. Don't put your full trust in these people on the internet. Anyway, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I'm going to go relax and enjoy my days off. But we'll probably have another stream tomorrow. Peace.